Hello, my name is Matias Cavodi. I'd like to welcome guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the Black Widow flick that came out, at least here in Argentina, last Friday. I'm not sure if it came out in theaters because of COVID restrictions, but I did see it on Disney Plus, and I was pleasantly surprised because I had pretty low expectations. I had heard the reviews for the movie before going in and watching it, and at least for me, it was a lot of fun. And another thing is that I've never been very interested in the Black Widow character in the first place. So I feel like Scarlett Johansson did a killer job. And so what we're going to do basically is I'm just go into what I liked, what I didn't like, then give you guys some type of grade or rating or something like that. And I'm not going to get into the plot. Well, what I can say about the plot, and first and foremost, spoilers, just in case. Spoiler warnings all over the place. Please, I don't want to get anyone angry. So the plot itself, it's okay. Like it's nothing too groundbreaking. What I really liked is the whole thing about Black Widow, her family, what happened to her real family. That whole backstory, at least for me, I found it to be pretty interesting, and I liked it a lot. I think, as I said before, I think Scarlett Johansson really crushed it. She did a fantastic job on this flick. Then we have Black Widow's sister, Yelena Belova. The actress's name is Florence Poe or Pug. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I probably butchered her last name. And she was a very pleasant surprise. I found her to be really funny. I love the characterization of this being super redundant characterization of the character, but I'm sorry, but I really like this character. As spoilers, like stop watching this video if you haven't seen the movie, because you feel like that they're building her up to be the next Black Widow, to fill in the shoes for Natasha, who dies in Endgame. I completely forgot the name of the movie, but she sacrifices herself in Endgame. So I feel like they did a really good job building up this character. It was very obvious what they were doing, but she's very likable. Most of the humor is delivered through this character, and she's pretty funny. Like she nails a couple of really good jokes there. Then we can go to a new character that we're introduced in this movie, Red Guardian. David Harbour crushes it. I feel like the strong points of the movie were these new characters, be it Yelena, Red Guardian. He's freaking funny. I saw this movie with my significant other slash wife slash life partner, and she really hates superhero movies. And I was very surprised that she really dug this movie. Like she liked the flick, and like every time I see something positive, I'm just like ratcheting up a point to the movie. And so the positive things are one good point. Negative things, I'm gonna take off points and see how the overall rating, how it's gonna come out. I guess that's the system. But she really liked this flick, and it caught me by surprise. And it sparked her interest in Marvel movies. That really caught me off guard because she really, really doesn't like these type of things. And she really loved the character of Red Guardian. Like she was laughing her ass off. Sometimes sort of poking fun at me because there's some aspects of Red Guardian that she reminded her of me. And I sort of like the evolution of the character during the movie. Like at first, he seems to be an a-hole, full of himself, how he's obsessed with his past glories and stuff like that, and focus on his mission. And he doesn't really realize that Black Widow and Yelena see him as the closest thing that they had as a father, and he sort of grows into that role. So I thought they really did a good job with him, and it actually would be really good. I'm not sure if the Red Guardian is material for a movie, but I think it would be really good to see him in a Marvel series, Disney Plus. Maybe pop up if we get Falcon and Winter Soldier season 2, have him pop up there. So the character has a ton of potential. Then we have Black Widow's mother or adoptive mother, or it's sort of complicated. You have to see the flick. Like again, I'm not going to get into the plot. Melina Vostokov, probably also butchered that last name. The actress was Rachel Wise. Interesting character. I liked her. I thought she was pretty interesting. Then we have, oh, again, spoilers. Like, we have the character of Taskmaster, which on one hand I hated, and on the other hand I thought it was pretty interesting. So first, we have that big reveal who's Taskmaster, and it's a character called Antonia Dreykov. So it's a woman, it's not a male. Okay, you went for the basically gender swap the character, no problem. But anatomically, it just seems really weird because Taskmaster's build and during the whole movie, he looks like a dude. And the way Taskmaster acts, also, he's like a Terminator. Like he's really cool. The fight scenes. One good thing is that the action is really awesome in this movie. Some of the fights are really good. With the case of Taskmaster, get the big reveal. You discover it's this character called Antonia. Like this is the only thing we get into the plot is that Antonia is like a botched mission Black Widow when she wants to defect from the Black Widow program, the Red Room, so on and so forth. She has to kill the head of that program, and so she bombs a building, and she bombs it knowing that the daughter of the big bad guy of the movie is in the building, so she's like collateral damage. So Antonia survives and she becomes Taskmaster, and so she's pretty much hell bent on taking down Black Widow. So we get the big reveal, and her face is a little bit messed up, like sort of disfigured. I feel like if you're gonna go for disfiguring someone, you have to do it pretty grotesque. Like you don't have to go halfway. Also, I sort of feel like this movie would have done much better or worked a lot better for me if it was rated R. Like, not because you need sex or something like that, but the violence, it would have been better. And Black Widow as a character lends itself better to more violence, more blood. Like, that's like one thing life would whine about. It's like, there should be blood all over the place. The costumes are too clean. And at least for me, it does, like, it would have worked better. And also, again, Antonia's face, it would have been better to see it like half blown off or like something really gross. So you could really feel the character, like because Black Widow realizes the consequences of her actions and stuff like that because she feels really guilty during the whole movie that she had to kill this young girl. Now, the big bad guy of the movie, I said his big bad guy. I just couldn't remember the name. I had to look him up. General Dreykov. He's okay. He's not the most interesting villain ever. Um, there's a pretty badass moment with Black Widow because you can't. Again, I'm not gonna get into the details, but she can't seem to take down this guy. She finds a way around it, and that moment was pretty cool. So overall, in general, I like the flick. I feel like it could have been more violent. It would have worked and served this movie better. I feel like the movie's a little bit restrained. The soundtrack's okay. The other Black Widows, like there's a whole army of Black Widows at the end of the movie. I was very surprised that my wife really liked this flick. Like she was asking me like, "Hey, they're gonna make another one of these or something like that." And it's like, "No, the character dies." Oh man, I felt like this movie should have come out a long time before. You like before knowing that Black Widow is gonna die. It takes a little bit of steam out of the movie, but after telling the goods and the bads through my rambling, I would give this movie a 5. I'm not sure how that stacks up against the other movies I've done previous videos. I'm gonna go back and watch those and tell you guys, but it's a good movie. I liked it in general. I think it's way better than Captain Marvel. So see you guys next time. Bye.